It was overall a frustrating game for Antonio Conte's side, Gab.
Yeah, and look, I mean, there's two ways to look at this. And Conte, obviously, realistically, as managers do, highlighted the fact that Inter created a ton of chances, which is true. Shakhtar created very few chances, which is also true, and they kept another clean sheet. Okay, well, however, flip side, Inter's build-up was so slow, and it felt, especially in the second half, when you thought, all right, keep the pressure on, start converting those chances. It seemed that they felt that they got worse as the game went on, and I think there's questions to be asked there. I think he waited too long with his changes again, and ultimately you have to bury the chances that you create.
Stevie?
I can't. I'm sorry. I watched this game. I don't know where all these chances were. They hit the crossbar twice in the first half, and Martinez missed the only one, by the way. There's only one chance in the game where you can turn around and say they should have scored.
The phone's up.
And that was where Martinez, after Brozovic's shot, and it's parried out to him, and he's got an empty net and he puts it wide. After that, I'm sorry, I'm not getting all these chances.
Yeah, Gab, you're getting the phone waved at you.
I don't know if I mean, need to.
I'll tell you the one thing that actually, Gab, the one thing that did annoy me about this game was Conte. If ever you can point a finger at a coach getting things wrong, I think today's a prime example. I mean, Hakimi and Ashley Young gave them absolutely zero. That's where all the space was, away out wide, and they gave him nothing. And then he puts Perisic on up front and takes Martinez off. Why? Number one, why would he not put him wide and give us something in the wide area? And then for me, the biggest mistake he made of all. In the first half, it was clear the only way you were going to get through this team was to hit some nice balls in behind. Somebody with a bit of guile, somebody with a nice touch, because they were playing a high line, and that was the only way you were going to do it. And he waits until the 12th minute. He waits till 12 minutes to go before bringing Eriksen on, the man that can actually play that kind of pass. Because before that, you've got Vidal being the playmaker, try to put balls in behind and try to switch 30 and 40-yard balls. When did he ever do that? So I think the fact that he didn't bring Eriksen on at half-time I think that was a huge mistake.
I mean, Eriksen's a whole other issue with Conte. I agree. This was a game for him. He has this Vidal fetish, this Vidal obsession. You know what it's like as a manager. Some people are the manager's pet, and Vidal is his pet. And I think that's the reality of it. And while in certain games he can still be a difference maker, when he plays 3-4 games in a row, you start getting diminishing returns. I think this is, again, if they convert those chances in the first half, and maybe you didn't count that many, the XG tell a very different tale, but I know not everybody's a big fan of expected goals. but equally, there's no question that the team fell apart in the second half. Ashley Young really struggled. And again, this guy's been out for a long time. You chuck him in there. He's had COVID, whatever. You chuck him in there from the start in a game like this, and he struggles, and you don't deal with it until late in the second half. I think a lot of this is on Conte tonight.
Quick word, Ali?
Yeah, I think the most disappointing part for me, if you're an Inter fan, is that as the game went on, rather than continue to mount pressure and build momentum, it's almost as if Inter just kind of took a step back and didn't quite know what to do in the attack, as Shakhtar just put numbers behind the ball. And they just reverted back to slow possession of the ball, horizontal possession of the ball, passing the ball sideways and back, and allowing Shakhtar to take a step forward. It never really looked like Inter was going to score tonight. Yes, a couple of chances, one for Lautaro Martinez, but that was it. And then after that chance, there was nothing. Late in the game, you think that Inter is going to push forward and we're going to get 3 points, because then after that, we have to play 2 games back-to-back against Real Madrid. We need points. There was none of that from Inter.
Who's going through this group, Stevie?
Oh, well, I still think Real Madrid will find a way. I just don't see how Shakhtar can do it. I would say Real Madrid will go through because because Real Madrid always find a way.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.